Do you know what is IMEC, or the new spice route, which aims to change the global economics paradigm? For over 150 years, the Suez Canal has been the undisputed jugular of global trade. 12% of everything you own passed through that narrow stretch of water. But geography is no longer destiny. While the world watches the headlines, a new map is being drawn. It's called IMEC, the India, Middle East, Europe Economic Corridor. It isn't just a railway. It's a $20 billion bypass surgery on the global heart. Today, the harsh truth is that the Suez Canal is becoming an option, not a necessity. And for those who control the traditional gates of power, that is the ultimate threat. Section 1. What is IMEC? Let me give you the simplest explanation you'll ever hear. Right now, if India ships goods to Europe, they go through the Suez Canal, a choke point controlled by Egypt. It's congested, expensive, and increasingly dangerous because of Houthi attacks in the Red Sea. IMEC is the alternative, the modern spice route, a hybrid rail-sea digital corridor connecting Indian ports to the UAE, to Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Israel's Haifa port, and finally Greece or Italy into Europe. It was announced at the G20 in New Delhi in September 2023, signed by India, USA, UAE, Saudi Arabia, France, Germany, Italy, and the EU. The most powerful nations in the world said, "This is how we trade in the 21st century." And then, Hamas attacked Israel 2 weeks later, and everything froze. But now, after the Iran war, something strange is happening. Section 2. The war no one predicted. Here's what most analysts missed. When the US and Israel launched Operation Epic Fury on February 28, 2026, Iran did exactly what it threatened. It closed the Strait of Hormuz. Iran's IRGC launched 21 confirmed attacks on merchant ships. Over 150 vessels sat anchored outside the strait. Tanker traffic dropped 70% in days. The consequences hit the world like a freight train. Oil broke $120 per barrel. Qatar declared force majeure, pulling 20% of global LNG off the market in one move. Europe's gas prices surged 63% in a single week, hitting populations already at 30% storage capacity after a brutal winter. Gulf states saw 70% of food imports disrupted. Even drinking water was under threat when Iran struck desalination plants. The IEA called it, and I quote, "the largest supply disruption in the history of the global oil market." But here's the twist. While the world was panicking about Hormuz, the Gulf states quietly revived IMEC. Because for the first time, they could see with their own eyes what happens when Hormuz closes. Iran's blockade didn't kill IMEC. It became IMEC's greatest advertisement. Section 3. The IMEC Paradox. Now, let me show you something no one is connecting. Iran has always known IMEC is an existential threat. Why? Because IMEC completely bypasses Iran. No transit fees, no leverage, no power. If trade flows through IMEC instead, Iran loses billions. So for Iran, disrupting global trade through Hormuz isn't just war strategy, it's economic survival. Meanwhile, look at Pakistan and China. Pakistan's foreign minister rushed to meet China. Why? Because the Iran war threatened the BRI, China's Belt and Road Initiative, which needs a stable Persian Gulf. Here is the brutal geopolitical math. BRI needs Iran stable, so China protects Iran. IMEC bypasses Iran, so Iran attacks IMEC's route. Hormuz is closed, so Gulf states now want IMEC urgently. IMEC needs the Israeli route, so Gaza must be resolved first. Every single conflict in the Middle East is connected to this corridor. Section 4. The global economy. Let's put the stakes in perspective. The Strait of Hormuz normally carries 20 million barrels of oil per day. When Iran closed it, production in Kuwait, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE dropped by 10 million barrels per day by mid-March. UK inflation is expected to breach 5% in 2026. In Asia, fuel rationing has already begun, and Iran, seeing its own leverage, made a stunning new demand: recognition of sovereignty over the Strait of Hormuz. At $2 million per tanker in tolls, that's up to $800 million per month in revenue. Iran wants to become the Suez Canal of the East, and IMEC is the only corridor that makes that irrelevant. Section 5. Why IMEC still might fail. Now let me be completely honest with you. IMEC faces 3 massive obstacles. Obstacle 1. The Israel problem. Haifa port is the gateway, but Jordan cannot be seen cooperating openly with Israel while Arab publics are watching Gaza. Obstacle 2. The money problem. The estimated cost is 500 billion euros. France and Italy are competing for the terminal, while Greece's Piraeus port is majority owned by China, making it a political no-go. Obstacle 3. The infrastructure. Key rail segments exist largely on paper. This is not a corridor yet. It's an expensive ambition. Section 6. Conclusion. So, did the Iran war kill IMEC? No. But it revealed something profound. The war proved that the world's dependence on one narrow strait is not just a risk, it is a civilizational vulnerability. IMEC is no longer just an economic project. It is an insurance policy for global civilization. The question is not whether IMEC will happen. The question is whether the peace necessary to build it can be achieved before the next crisis makes the cost of delay unbearable. If you want me to cover what IMEC means specifically for Pakistan, the corridor that deliberately bypasses us, comment below. That analysis will change how you understand our entire foreign policy. Like, subscribe, and share this. Someone needs to understand what's actually happening.